Alrighty, what up, everybody? Let's go ahead and get the drivers' meeting out of the way. Welcome to the DES Gen4 race here at Richmond Raceway. Please run off the track after the drivers' meeting is completed. So now it'll be a total of 160 laps. We're going to have no stage breaks, one fast repair, 4 additional sets of tires. A few things to note: the only black flags that will be cleared are passing yellow due to wrecked cars or wrecking to the pits. We will not clear black flags for speeding through pits or unsafe entry or exit. During the restart, let's keep that pack tightened up. Laying back to jump the start will result in a penalty. And when taking the green flag, you must maintain your line until you cross that stripe. After the yellow flag down, you safely made it through any wreckage. Please catch up for the pace car immediately to prevent delaying others. And when second through green flag stops, say it over the radio what your intentions are to allow others to move around you. Good luck tonight, guys. Have some fun. Hello, everyone, and welcome to week number 4 here at DES in the Gen 4 series. Tonight, I will be joined in the booth by Christian Clark, and we'll have Damon O'Brien running the controls in the background. Christian, how you doing tonight, man?
And I'm excited. This race is going to be so much fun to watch. I love this track. I think this car is going to be really fun. And I'm excited to broadcast with you. I haven't been able to get a chance to get up here in the booth with you tonight. So just all around excited.
Man, I was going to bring that up. This is our first night broadcasting together, and, it's going to be at a slippery track like Richmond. We've been hearing a lot of talk over the radios about how slick this track is as it slowly conditions into a foggy evening. As these guys are starting to take the grid, let's go ahead and hit our starting lineup. Starting on your pole position, you got the 69 from Hinton Motorsports, Todd Perrant. To his outside, 55, Johnny Hamby, starting in second. Row number 2, you got the 1 car, Gary Bergeron, starting in third, and the 72, Kenneth Passmore, starting in fourth. Row number 3, you got the 48 of Max Denda, and the 79 of Jordan Trost to his outside. Christian, take it from here.
Starting in row 4, 7th place, we got the number 7 of Austin Knight with the 18 of Albert Gilbert starting on his outside. Looking at row 5, we're going to have the 6 of Ryan Godfrey with Mark Holloway starting in P10. Row 6, got the 32 Jonathan Geist, Jeffrey Turbett, and the 44 on his outside. Row 7, we got the 14 of Jacob Williams with Sean Dion in that 3-truck. Car. These are cars. Row 8, we got the 70 of David Hickey and Chris Wagner in the 57. Row 9 and 17th, the 5 car of Brandon Hinton and the 23 of Thomas Long in P18. Row 10, the 84 of Jeff Denda with the 16 of Jonathan Medlin. That's going to end our starting lineup. Man, we have a lot of drivers out there tonight, and I, for one, I love this track. It's super technical. It takes a lot of skill out here and a lot of patience. So just watching how these guys are going to be able to navigate around the traffic and also worrying about racing themselves, racing the track, it's going to be a blast. Yeah, I did get a lot of foggy, cloud cover over this track. I think it's going to give a unique aesthetic to it. Once those lights come on here, maybe about halfway through the track, I think it's going to be quite the sight to see these guys slipping and sliding and battling their cars.
Man, yeah, these guys were talking about it earlier, how slick this track was. We had, it was only about an 80-degree track temp. And, now that it looks like the sun's starting to set, we got a little bit of fog out there. I think it's going to slowly start bringing down the track temp and allowing these guys to rotate a little more.
Yeah, also with that, track temp starts getting lower. We're also going to end up getting a bunch of rubber built up on the tracks once those guys are able to start hitting their lines. The first and second line up there, it's going to start getting a lot more traction. And that's when we're going to start seeing a lot of green flag runs and stuff, is once everybody's cars are able to just stick to the track better.
I don't have a whole lot of laps here. But, these guys are out here kind of making it look easy. I mean, the 69 of Todd Perrant setting an absolute heater of a lap time with a 22:009 as the pace car pulls off. 69 is going to lead this field to the green flag.
Yeah, I talked about this last week. 69 Todd Perrant, he excels on these short tracks. So seeing him up there in pole position, I mean, that's where he belongs. He comes out here on these short tracks and is able to just find the speed and
looks like we already got a car around. Sorry to cut you out.
Yeah,
70 David Hickey.
Can't tell if the caution came out on that or not.
We do have a yellow out on the track. So, something interesting that we saw, right, as we were going back and checking out this replay is watch the different lines these guys are running. We were watching in practice. These guys were, staying pride and true to the bottom, as it looks like the 70 car loose on the exit of 2, and he's going to slightly tap that inside wall. Hopefully not too much damage for that 70 car, David Hickey.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have much damage. He's definitely going to have some front end damage, but that shouldn't really affect him with the draft here on this short track. While these guys get lined up, we'll go to a quick commercial break. We're lap 3 of 160. We'll be right back here with our Friday night Gen 4 series.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut. Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut.
Now what?
It's neighbor.
Neighbor!
Cut.
Neighbor.
Yeah, neighbor. Just like it's written on the paper. This lady is in labor!
Cut.
Look at this. This is labor. Like a good neighbor. That was the sheep. And you know it.
It's like you're cold. Brr.
Yeah, I'm cold. Bah. Neighbor.
Still no.
Like a good neighbor.
Cut.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah! Get me under this chopper.
It's pronounced chopper.
Don't.
It is.
Neighbor! A little bit more concealer.
Hey, Arnold. It's got a bit of a script change.
Script change.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome back after that quick commercial break. These guys are lined up, double file, lap 5, ready to take the green flag. You still got pretty much everybody in roughly the same position. We had a few swaps back there for 4th and 5th and back in 10th. But it looks like everybody else has pretty much stayed the same. Is a 69 of Todd Perrant. Let's see if he's able to get a good jump here as he's able to control this field. Nice jump out to the lead for that 69. He's able to clear the 55 heading into turn 1. Looks like everybody else is slowly starting to figure it out as we back down the pace a little bit. 57 washing up the track. Oh, 3-car around. Sean Dion, caution out. 70 of David Hickey involved in this one as well. Let's see if we can go back and take a look at that 3-car, Sean Dion. Looks like he got some pretty significant damage from that incident.
Yeah, it looks like this time the 70 did, or maybe got some significant damage. It looked like he hit that inside wall a lot harder. Just got the 16, comes in, washes up. You know, this track is hard to judge the speed. You know, you brake too hard, you get sideways. You're on throttle too early, you get sideways. And he just kind of wasn't able to get on the brakes there enough and washed up and got into the 3. Not sure how the 70 was involved.
It looks like he almost got it woed down enough, and then he got back into the throttle, and the car just didn't turn as sharply as he was predicting it would, or lack thereof.
Yeah, it's going to take a few laps for a lot of these guys to get used to this track and get used to racing in a group setting. You know, we can go out and we can do all kinds of practice laps and practice runs as much as we want, you know, but once you're one car on the track and you get it figured out, and then you get in there and you start adding all the chaos and calamity of all the drivers around you and stuff, you know, you're having to fight all the aero coming off the other cars, you know, just a whole bunch of other factors come into play, and all that practice that you did by yourself kind of just goes out the window. So, you know, these guys, it's going to take a little bit, like we've seen here in the past few weeks, to get everything ironed out and get back to where they need to be to actually have the opportunity to get a bunch of green flag laps here.
Yeah, it looks like we had actually more cars involved. It looks like the 6-car of Ryan Godfrey was also involved in that, utilizing his fast repair to get back out on the track. Looks like we did have our first retiree of the race, David Hickey, in that 70 car. with too much damage to continue. As we look back, let's see what happens here to the 6 car. I didn't see him initially involved in that accident. I wonder where he got caught up.
Right there, yeah. So it looked like the 70 seen the wrecking coming in front of him, so he woed up. But this is one of those tracks that if you know, we could see what the driver was seeing. He's got too many cars in front of him on this short track to really know what's happening up there, and the 70 just got out of it, tried to miss the wrecks, and the 6 wasn't able to adjust fire quick enough to stay out of him.
Yeah. And we are double file. Pace car, the pace car is about to pull off. 69 to Todd Perrott, still maintaining this lead. Last time he got a pretty significant jump. I'm interested to see if he's able to do it again, or if that 55 is going to be able to time him on the outside.
Still looks like he was able to get a good jump here. As soon as he crosses that start-finish line, you see he's going to take that preferred top line so he can rainbow it in there really on that turn 1 and 2. And everybody just hope that we can keep him shiny side up.
Oh, 55. Hand me around.
Oh, no. Oh, and he gets into the 40 up into the wall.
Some massive damage there. 5 car Brandon Hinton also involved. You had the 1 at Gary Bergeron, 44 of Turbot. A lot of cars involved on this one. Let's see if we can go back and take a good look at what happened. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, it's all good. Looks like the 51. I don't know the braking zone here in these cars, but the 1 and the 55 were not on the same page for where they needed to get into the brakes there, and that 1 just gets into the back of the 55. And you know, all these other drivers, they're so close because we just went green. Man, look at that 44, how he just gets up there and Tony Hawk Pro Skaters that outside wall.
The 48 of Max Denda up there, yeah, riding that catch fence.
You know, in this series, we do only get 1 faster pair. It's really unfortunate to lap 13 have your faster pair already used up out of 160 laps. So maybe these guys can play some of this to their strategy, go in, get a little bit of damage repaired, come back out, hang around in the back for a little bit, and continue to do that cycle instead of wasting that faster pair.
You know, based off what we've seen so far, we've already had quite a few faster pairs that have already been burnt.
Yeah, I believe you said that the 6 came in, he took his faster pair. The 70, I think he took his faster pair on that first incident and then got involved in a second incident and had too much damage. I imagine the 1, maybe the 55, the 48, they might be using theirs, but really the 1 and the 48, they potentially could save that faster pair and just hang out in the back. You said the 5 also got some damage there?
Yeah, the 5 was some very significant damage. He just used his faster pair there on pit road.
Unfortunate, but you know, some of these guys are reaping some of the rewards. The 79, he was in 5th, I believe, on that last restart. Those 3 wrecked in front of him, and he was able to stay clean. And now he's going to be lining up on the outside of our still first place of Todd Perron, that 69 car.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if Jordan's able to get a better restart. It looks like the 55 of Hamby had too much damage, had to retire. I'm not for sure if he already burned through his fast repair. However, he has retired from this race. That's going to put the 79 on Tross, like you said, on the outside. I'm curious to see if Tross is able to get a better jump than the 55 and hold that outside lane against the 69 and prevent him from clearing.
Yeah, Tross has always been really good at these restarts. I don't think he's going to let the 69 get away from him.
69 able to clear again. However, the 18 is going to get a nose underneath the 79.
And the 69 is just timing these restarts perfectly and just being so smooth about it.
'79 Atros trying to roll that outside lane to the 69. Looks like he's got a fender. They're going to be side by side heading into turn 1.
Absolutely. Got some really good battling going on 79. He's going to be trying to make that outside line work as we do complete our first green flag lap. We have some battling, and the 79 is going to take that position away from Todd Perrant. We have a new race leader, 79, Jordan Trott.
Oh, we got a little 3 wide back there. 44 Turbid, the 6 of Godfrey, and the 3 of Sean Dion. Looks like they are able to get it figured out and go back to some 2 wide racing, but we were 3 wide there for a brief little second.
Yeah, as a broadcaster, you know, those 3 wides, those are really exciting and awesome to watch, especially when these guys can stay out of each other's cars and make for some really exciting passes. But as a driver, that is nerve-wracking. You're just white-knuckling the steering wheel, trying to hope that you're able to keep some momentum while also staying out of the cars next to you. You don't want to be the guy that messes up there and causes 3 cars to get into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. And as our field is slowly starting to single file out, I expect we're going to start seeing some green flag runs here soon. It looks like these guys are slowly starting to figure out how to maneuver around this Richmond Raceway.
Yeah, and this is when a racetrack like Richmond gets really exciting. Is, you know, in the very beginning, you have all the cars packed up together. There's a lot of chaos going on, a lot of passing, mixing up of where everybody's sitting. But once, you know, we get a couple good laps in, everybody gets single filed out, and then you can sit there and watch as these guys battle individually and just seeing how they do it, how they set up for the pass, how they complete the pass, and it just makes for some really good entertaining racing once we get into this stage.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Now, I don't have a lot of time logged here at Richmond, but what exactly, you know, are you familiar with what the tire wear is like here?
Yeah, tire wear's not as bad as you would think. The only time I've ran this is in the next gen car, and I do believe that it was about, 25, 30 laps in, you're starting to really feel it and want to go get tires, but it's nothing, you're not burning that right front down into like the 50s, you're staying up in high 60s to low 70s, but that's really about it, is that front tire wear from what I remember.
Looks like we had a battle for second. The 18 of Albert Williams able to secure second place. 56 of Mark Holloway taking third. Todd Perrant down 2 positions in these last 2 laps.
And we have one car significantly off pace, staying there to the very bottom. He stayed on the bottom all the way on the front track. Not sure what's going on there. If somebody might have got into the wall and got a little bit of damage that we didn't see, but I seen him coming out of turn 4. He was staying on the bottom and continued that all the way through the front stretch. So be curious to see if we see somebody come down pit road this time.
That would be the 16 of Jonathan Medlin calling out. He is hitting pit road this time by. Looks like he's got a little too much damage. You're going to have to make an unscheduled pit stop, get some repaired.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think that's going to be something that we might see here a lot, is these guys, they're either going to get extremely tight on exit or extremely loose on exit. It really takes a whole lot of finesse and finagling that brake and that throttle on these turns to try and get your car exactly where you need it to be to carry momentum and stay safe out there. So we see, like right there, one guy just got loose coming out of turn 2.
A couple guys we haven't talked about yet. Jonathan Geis currently running in your top 5 in the 5th place position behind 69 and Todd Perrant. And you got Kenneth Passmore in that 72 machine right behind Geis, 4-car Chuck Burley in 7th. All these guys are really, really tight together trying to battle it out against each other in the 69 and Todd Perrant. Yeah,
we see a pretty good battle right here between the 44 and the 7. Austin Knight is currently in that 11th position. Turbin is looking to try and take that position away from him, but Turbin wasn't able to actually get a nose down there on the front stretch. Let's see what he's able to do here on the exit of 2. He's able to capitalize, and there he goes. The 7 had to get out of it to stay out of that wall like I was talking about earlier, and Turbot able to capitalize.
Yeah, impressive pass right there. He had a big wiggle coming out of turns 4 and turn 2, so it was good on him to kind of keep that car straight and hold the momentum.
Yeah, I love watching some of these racers. Turbot is a phenomenal road racer. We run our GT3 series, we run our LMP3 series, and he excels at those. And now this season he's decided he's going to give it a shot, come to the oval world and see what he can do. And it is a learning curve. It's not all about just turning left, and there's a huge learning curve there. And so watching these guys that come in and they kind of struggle in the beginning, but then you kind of see them blossom into figuring it out on how the cars react under braking and passing around these cars. And I think that we're going to see Turbot turn into one of those drivers that's just going to excel anywhere he goes.
Talking about that, so he started from the rear of the field due to a penalty from last week, and he's already, putting Max Dinda under fire for the 10th place position. He secures that pass on the entrance of turn 3. Dinda not looking to give it up just yet, but it looks like the 44 is going to clear.
And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Either the 44 did not get all of his damage repaired, or he's just off pace here, uncomfortable with how this track is at the time being. As it goes on, he'll get more comfortable and get a lot more speed. But good on the 44 for being able to pass somebody, that normally comes in here and carries a whole lot of speed and runs up front.
It looks like he's not willing to give it up just yet, as we have the 48 and the 1 of Gary Bergeron, who were both involved in that last incident, up to the 10th and 11th place position as they had moved back to the rear of the field due to that incident.
Yeah, and looking at our leader, Jordan Tross, he's up to a 1.5 second lead on our second place driver of Williams. He's just out there putting in work, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, well, looks like with the 16 getting a little loose, caused him to check up. That's going to cause the 84 to check up as well. And 79 of Tross is going to be right there on the rear bumper of the 84.
Yeah, and you see these guys, they're at this point, they're back markers behind that that leader, Jordan Tross. So they're going to be the first 2 cars to go a lap down. But, just good on them. They both stayed high and let Jordan Tross pick the line he wanted to, stayed low, and he was able to get around them without any kind of incident. As now we have the 18 of Williams. He's catching up to the 84, trying to make a pass.
Yeah, it looks like the 16 of Jonathan Medlin's still fighting some damage. He's pretty significantly off pace. Looking at our last lap times, if we can look at Tross setting a 22.510. And then looking back at our 16, who's got some issues with his car, running a 28.1. So we're looking at about 6 seconds of difference between our leader and the 16, Jonathan Medlin.
Yeah, these tracks like Richmond, they're super technical. They are not a beginner-friendly track. It takes a lot of, I don't want to just say skill, but it just takes a lot of knowledge on how to manipulate your cars. And like I said earlier, you get on the brakes too hard on corner entry, and that car's going to kick out from under you. You get on the throttle too early or too hard on corner exit, that car's going to kick out from underneath you. So it takes a lot of
69
skill.
Todd Perron.
Good save by him. He's able to keep it out of the wall, straighten it back up. That car was wrecked. He was completely sideways coming around turn 3. Able to save it. We do not go under caution. We stay green here.
That's definitely going to hurt him. Quite a bit of track position and quite a bit of time there, but it looks like he does not have any damage sustained from that. And he is still on the racetrack in position number 6.
Yeah, one of the best in the business at being able to hang on to it when he needs to. I've seen him many a times somebody gets into the back of him, gets him loose, gets him sideways, throws him up to the wall, and he somehow is able to just stay away from that safer barrier, able to correct it back out. Might lose a couple positions, but he got some really good recovery skills out of the 69.
Our three-time DES champion Brandon Hinton was involved in that last incident. Looks like he kind of was running in the back of the field, not necessarily pushing too hard. However, Tross has only got about 4 to 5 seconds until he gets to that 5-car of Hinton. So do you think it's time for him to start moving, or do you think he's got a strategy planned out?
I think Brandon is so methodical. He thinks about everything. It seems like he's always 2 or 3 steps ahead. He might end up going a lap down here, but if he does go a lap down, he knows that he'll be the first car lap down. Another caution will come out. He'll get back on the lead lap. He'll get a chance to go down and save and get some repairs done, because I'm thinking that he probably didn't get all of his repairs fixed. I think he might have been saving that fast repair for when he really needs it. So just right here, I think he's just trying to be smart, bide his time, and know that he's got 114 laps before the end of the race.
I did watch the 5-car utilize his fast repair during that last yellow. He did have some really significant damage.
Okay. So maybe he's just trying to play the safe game here and try to make sure that he does keep that car clean, because he does not have that cushion of the safe. Oh, I don't know what just happened. I think my brain just shut off. Fast repair. There's the word. He doesn't have the cushion of that fast repair to save him in case he gets into another incident with somebody else wrecking around him. So I think maybe he's just trying to play it safe.
I absolutely agree with you. We got a good battle developing back here for the 8th place position. 32 of Jonathan Geis and the 57 of Chris Wagner may have made a little bit of contact there. Looks like they both got it straightened out, as Geis will secede the position to that 57 car.
Right behind him, there was another little bit of a battle. Looks like the 48 and the 44, possibly the 44 gaining that position back, or the 48 rather gaining that position back that he lost out on the 44 earlier. 44, he's looks like he might be off pace just a little bit. I don't know if he pushed it too hard in the beginning or what happened, but now it looks like the one of Bergeron is going to be trying to work his way up there as he gets a nose underneath him coming out of 4. Going to try and take that spot from him here, and the 44 is just going to let him go.
Looks like the 44 was trying to pull a switchover move on him. He got out of the throttle early, enough for him to rotate by, but then was not able to get back to the throttle enough to rotate back. But it sounds like he just called out he's pitting this time by. 44 pitting in.
Yeah, I wonder if off screen he ended up making contact or getting into the wall or something, and now he's got to go down and get a little bit of damage repaired, or if maybe that tire wear is catching up. We are 52 laps into this race. That tire wear has got to be significant on some of these guys, slowing them down.
We did have quite a few heat cycles early on, and now we're getting into this green flag run, so I'd have to agree with you. I suspect these guys are going to be coming in to start their green flag cycles here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We see the leader right there. He just passed up the 6 of Ryan Godfrey and the 7 of Austin Knight. They are running 14th and 15th, putting them a lap down. Oh, as we get one spinning on the backstretch right into the the inside wall. That's significant damage, leaving parts of his car yard sailed there on the backstretch.
Oh, we got a yellow. 44 of Turbot, 72 of Kenneth Passmore, both involved. Looks like the 6 of Ryan Godfrey also involved.
Yeah, the 6, he just loops it around. Bink hits that inside wall, loses his front bumper, but what caused the... Yeah, there we see the bumper of the 6 car as the 72 comes by. 32 is that? Yeah. No, who is that?
44
That's the 44. Yeah, 44 Turbot just got loose and 72 got into him.
A victim of cold tires, as you would say. As we're under yellow, we're going to step away to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. And welcome back after that quick break. As the pace car pulls off, we're going to go back to green flag. 79 Atroz still up there in that lead.
You see, he gets a huge jump there, able to clear everybody with ease, get to his preferred line, and we are back to racing. Gonna have some good, tight racing here. You know, some of these guys, they're gonna be able to gain some positions back. Once
Yeah,
we all get
79
tightened up here.
79 Atroz definitely able to pull out to a massive jump there off the start. 18 Albert Williams, though, slowly starting to run him back down, as it looks like the 69 of Todd Perron has also recovered from that that last injury as the yellow comes out.
Let's see who this is. I can't see a number from here.
57 of Chris Wagner. A victim of cold tires in turn number 2.
Yeah,
looks like
absolutely.
minimal damage to that 57 car.
If you notice there, you can see he's the wrecking and the self spinning started on entry. You know, cold tires, getting into the brakes there. He got a little bit loose on entrance, was able to save it for the middle, but once he went to go throttle out of it, you know, it's just kind of that mixture of cold tires that just aren't completely heated up and ready to go there. Gets back on throttle and finishes spinning on exit.
So while we're under a quick caution, I'll go ahead and throw this out there. If you guys are out there watching the broadcast, interested in getting out here on the track with us or chatting with us in the Discord, you can head on over to racedes.com. We run the LMP series on Wednesdays, a GT3 series on Thursdays, Gen 4 on Fridays, Legacy and Premier Trucks, so 2 separate truck series on Saturdays, and Next Gens on Sundays. We got an action-packed full weekend of racing this weekend. We're going to be running at a new course tomorrow, so the Chicago Street Course, and our Legacy trucks, then headed on over to Michigan for the Premier Trucks, and Pocono on Sunday for those Next Gens. So we got a weekend packed full of some good racing. So if you guys are interested in hopping out on the track with us or chatting with us, you can head on over to racedess.com. As we are lined back up, double file, 79 of Tross, still holding on to that first place position. Then you get the 18 Albert Williams, who is outside. 69 of Todd Perrant, previously involved in a pretty big incident, has made his way back up to third. 48 of Max Dendo, also involved in that incident, up to fourth. And the 56 of Mark Holloway to round out your top 5.
You know, as we go green here, I'm thinking the only people who might not have been involved in any kind of incident at this point is going to be the 79 and the 18, both up there in the front.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, you know, and I was just thinking back to last weekend's race, the Next Gens at Bristol, you know. Bristol's such a dangerous track, and it seems, we're 3 wide for second. Look at that, 48 on the inside, 69 in the middle, and the 18 of Albert Williams trying to fight back on that outside lane.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, the 18, he's the one that comes, and they make contact coming into 1 there. The 18 want to get some of that real estate back. He started in P2, and because of that 3 wide situation, it pushed him all the way back into 4th. But, you know, without any hesitation, gets right back into it and pushes his way back up past that 69. And now I think he's going to go on a tear here. He's diving it in there into turn 1. Going to try and get back up there, get around that 48.
32 of Jonathan Geis taps the wall there. Oh, looks like we had a slow car. The 5 of Hinton.
Yeah, the 5, he hit a ton. He's going to have some major damage. I'm surprised the caution didn't come out on that one, but we do stay green.
His front bumper is now laying in turns 3 and 4 as he remains out on the track. Going to try to corral this race car to keep it out there. That's going to be a special souvenir for a fan out there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, maybe even try and get Hinton to sign it.
Anyway, so going back to what we were talking about back at Bristol, you know, when you're exiting the corner at Bristol and let's say there's an incident at the start-finish line, you know, you can't see that incident until you're essentially right on it, and that's nowhere near enough time to slow down from 160, 170 mile an hour. So I feel like we're having similar instances here with what's going on.
Yeah, Bristol is a league of its own. You can be turn 3 and there can be an incident in turn 4 and you're not seeing it. It's just you're going at such a significant speed on those high banks at that short track that when you sling around there, all you can see is the track in front of you until you get on that exit. And if there's an incident right there in the exit or right there right on the straight anywhere between the exit and midway, you're not going to have time to check up.
Looks like we had a position change for position number 2. 48 of Max Denda gets around the 18 of Albert Williams, but that is going to significantly hurt them compared to our leader, the 79 Atross, has now pulled out to almost a 2-second gap as these guys were battling it out for the second place position.
Yeah, the longer these two battle, the further and further Tross is going to get away from him. You know, that's something that he's wanting to see. He's wanting to see these guys sit there and battle behind him and give him all the clean air and open track that he wants. He can run anywhere he wants, and he's able to keep up the pace that he started with here. So the longer these guys battle, the further we're going to see that gap get.
Yeah, as he's continuing to grow that gap, as these guys are battling, 18 Albert Williams looking to the outside of the 48, trying to get the run, is not going to have it on the exit of turn number 2. Man, he is giving it everything he has to get around this 48 car. Also, something interesting about this battle, you know, Max Denda running the classic Jimmy Johnson 48 paint scheme, and then you got the throwback Bobby Labonte, the interstate battery scheme there. So I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the only fear I have is, as he makes that pass, and he gets in front of the 48. The 48 might have gotten a little loose on that turn, made it a little bit of a mistake, and allowed him to take that position. But how do you think their tires are feeling right now?
I think they're starting to feel it a little bit. The 48 did call out over the radio. He's like, I'll give it to you, 18, this corner. I'm not trying to burn off any more than what I got. It sounds like the 18 was kind of, causing the 48 to push a little harder than he was wanting to this early. One interesting thing that, we did hear over the radio is these guys get about 80 to 85 laps of fuel, so they are not going to be good till the end of this race. So it looks like we're going to have to make at least one more stop for just fuel.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I'm hating right now about being away from my computer. You know, I have to watch this broadcast as everybody else is seeing it. I'm away from my computer. I don't have that track mic. I can't hear what these guys are saying, what they're saying to the other drivers. I didn't get a chance to go out there, feel how the track was or any of that. So keeping me updated on what those guys are saying and stuff like that is really beneficial, because I'm not sure how their tires are actually wearing, how much fuel they have or anything.
I mean, I can tell you exactly how the 79 feels, and he is feeling great. Still continually pulling away from second place 18 Albert Williams by 3 seconds. Last time by, the 79 with a 22.489. Second place Albert Williams with a slightly quicker lap with a 22.474. Sounds like the 48 of Max Denda having some technical difficulties. It said his sim went black, and then he woke up and lost a few positions.
Yeah, this is just one of the things that you have to deal with when you're doing these iRacing, these racing simulators. You know, technology will fail, and sometimes you can be in the middle of the race and your internet doesn't feel like playing anymore. And sometimes, we've had some of these guys that their steering wheels or their pedals have just completely shut off. I've been in the middle of the race and my computer just started smoking and everything went black. Like internet or these technical difficulties with these drivers is another battle that they have to deal with besides fighting everybody else on track. And it adds a little bit of some extra stress to some of these guys.
Absolutely, and I mean that's just one part about sim racing. Is this is in a game, right? But the amount of detail and work that they've put into making this feel as realistic as possible, definitely takes a toll. So you can see it out there.
Yeah, there's things that you can do to try and prevent some of these, but nothing's a guarantee. For me, when I'm racing, I don't see the grandstands. I don't see any of the fans. Going down pit road, I don't see anything on pit road except for the signs for everybody's pit boxes. I try to turn down as many graphics as I can just to make sure that everything runs smooth. My computer doesn't get too hot. I feel like sometimes it takes away from the experience a little bit. It doesn't feel as much like you're out there on a racetrack, but we got to do what we can and just hope for the best.
Looks like the 5 car of Brandon Hinton will go 1 lap down. He's still out there running with no front bumper and some pretty significant damage. 79 Atross will easily clear him, as it looks like Hinton will give him the bottom. And that's going to put a little bit of separation, as now the 18 Albert Williams is going to have to work through all this lap traffic to try to catch up to that 79 machine.
Yeah, I think right now the 5, his only hope is to try and finish as best as he can, get as many points as he can. He knows that if he just gives in right now, he's sitting in P13. We had 20 that gridded in the beginning. You know, that's an extra 7 points that he's going to be able to gain, and 7 points is 7 points. We've watched Hinton lose out in, he won. I believe he won his championship by 1 single point. So he's a numbers guy and knows that those 7 points are going to matter. So as long as he can stay out there, stay clean, and stay out of people's way when they come by and they're faster, it's going to add up.
Absolutely, and I mean, you've said it the best, but he went out there and he's proven himself, right? So he knows what he has underneath that car, and everybody else out there does too. Hinton is definitely a very fast guy out there, but he's also very respectful. He knows when to push hard and when to succeed.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can learn from watching the 5 race. I mean, he just, everything seems so calculated and so smooth for him. But right now, we got the 1. He's trying to sneak up on the 69, trying to get some extra. Is that the 1 behind him? I can't really.
That is the 4 car of Chuck Burley.
Okay, the 4 car. Yeah, it's just a yellow car with a red number on it. I don't know if I need to turn my quality up on my phone or what it is, but he seems like he's trying to hunt down the 69 there, but coming out of that turn, 69 got a good run and put a little bit of a breathing room between them. Man, and Tross has just gained even more. He's up to 4-second lead between him and P2 at the 18 of Williams. I don't know if there's going to be any slowing him down. These guys are probably just going to wait as he is passing. It looks like the 44 going to put him a lap down.
He does clear the 44 of Jeffrey Turbot. Turbot's still trying to battle back. He's not trying to lose another lap. Currently sitting now 3 laps down. He was 2. So trying to figure that out and get his laps back and not lose anymore. Oh, as he gets really loose, sliding through the infield, he is able to save it. Good job on that 44 car.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good save there. That's one of those saves where there's a little pucker factor there. He's just driving, coming out of that turn. Next thing he knows, he's seeing pit road. And you don't want to be seeing pit road when you're on the front stretch. So he was able to save that car, get down to the apron, and we stayed green. I hope he wore his brown fire suit. We even see the 3. He's going to be about 2 seconds behind the 18 of Williams. He's just starting to get a big separation now. And this is what I was talking about earlier, was once we get a lot of green flag laps, these guys will spread out. And so you get to focus on a lot of these guys that are calculating and trying to figure out how they're going to pass or even just catch up to the car in front of them. And right now you can really see it coming into effect. The 4, he's still trying to do everything he can to catch up to that 69. While he's doing that, he's thinking about where's going to be the best place for him to pass. Where's the 69 the slowest at? And that's just what these guys have to do. When you show patience like this and you don't force the issue, you can figure out, okay, this guy, he brakes really early coming into this turn, and he's really fast coming out of this exit. I'm not going to be able to pass him here. I can pass him here because he's slow on entry, runs the middle, whatever the case may be. And so you might see this coming to effect.
Yeah, looking back through the field, you know, a few guys we haven't talked about very much. The you said it earlier, the 14 of Jacob Williams, currently running in the 10th place position, trying to put the 32 of Jonathan Geist under fire for that 9th place position. You know, Jacob, I was out here watching him earlier in practice, man, and he seems like he's really got this track figured out. As he is slowly starting to reel in Geist, as he's now to that rear bumper.
Yeah, guys, he's running a beautiful paint scheme out there. He is not hard to miss. He's got that jack-o'-lantern just smiling on the hood of that car. And as you see, yeah, he's gaining on him here. Now he just has to, as we got the 57, he's spinning around on the backstretch.
Looks like we're staying green for now. And there's the yellow.
There's going to be the caution. Yeah, he just kind of self-spun coming out of turn 2, did a little pirouette there, showing his ballet skills right as he crosses that start-finish line. Goes down, and he does not get any damage. So fortunate for him, these guys are now going to line back up. We might see some of these guys go down pit road. If I was in the car, that's what I would do. Go get some fresh tires. You don't want to be the one guy out there without new shoes on. So we'll go to a quick commercial break as these guys decide what they're going to be doing, and we'll be right back here in Richmond with the Gen 4 series with DESI Racing.
Thank you, Agent State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut. Hey, Arnold, I'm hearing neighbor. It's neighbor.
That's what I said. Neighbor.
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 Hey, let's go again.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cut.
Now what?
It's neighbor.
Neighbor!
Cut.
Neighbor.
Yeah, neighbor. Just like it's written on the paper. This lady is in labor!
Cut.
Look at this. This is labor. Like a good neighbor. That was the sheep. And you know it.
It's like you're cold. Brr.
Yeah, I'm cold. Bah. Neighbor.
Still no.
Like a good neighbor.
Cut.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah.
Neighbor.
Neighbor.
Burr.
Bah.
Burr.
Bah! Get me under this chopper.
It's pronounced chopper.
Don't.
It is.
Neighbor! A little bit more concealer.
Hey, Arnold. Got a bit of a script change.
Script change.
Mm-hmm.
And we are back to green flag racing. 79 Atroz able to secure that first place position again with a nice jump there on the restart. The one of Gary Bergeron securing second place. Oh, it sounds like we had a car getting loose. You got the one of Bergeron.
Yeah, he got loose there. He just got up into that second place position, got a little loose coming out of that turn, and lost a few positions. I do believe we are going to be under caution. Not sure what.
Looking back, Sorry to cut you out. 6 car Ryan Godfrey.
He was the one that brought out that last caution. Oh, just gets into the 3 car on entrance there. Gets him sideways.
Man, what a save by that 3 car, Sean Dion.
Yeah, absolutely. Staying out of that wall. That was amazing.
He was sideways throughout that entire corner. As we are back under a yellow, we're going to step away to a quick break, and we will be right back.
Mom, can I have a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more! Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free.
And welcome back to the Gen 4 series here at DESI Racing. We are back to double file 79 of Tross. Still out there in that lead position. You got a new contender on the outside, the 1 car of Gary Bergeron, 18 of Albert Williams in third, 69 of Todd Perrant in fourth, and your 48 car Max Dinda to round out your top 5.
Yeah, these guys up in the top 5, they've been pretty steady staying up there. We'll see what happens here. Gary Bergeron, he did get a little loose on that last restart. Caution came out, I believe, right before he ended up losing any position. So he was able to benefit from that as he kind of gets a little loose there. Gets on the outside. We got another car spinning, going on to the inside. He does get off the racing surface, so we'll probably stay green here. See what happens.
Looks like it may have been the 23 of Thomas Long. Not 100% sure on that. We also look like we have a car in the pits, the 6 of Ryan Godfrey. However,
Yeah,
that little
Godfrey.
shakeup.
Go ahead.
However, that little shakeup has put the 48 of Max Dinda back in second, as after he was involved in an early race
incident on the front stretch right there. Sorry to cut you off. We are going to be under caution. Got a big wreck there on the front stretch. Not sure what happened there. It looks like somebody got loose and then just didn't have time to. We get one loose right there. Get 2 individual car spins and then they come together. And I believe that the 14 ends up going back up on the track into the racing surface. And a couple other cars get a little bit of collateral damage there.
Something going on with the 79 of Tross as well. Sounds like he just got hit by another car under caution. Not quite for sure what happened there.
Yeah, he's slowing up for the pace car, and the car behind him just didn't realize, I guess, and just wipes him out. Who is that? It's the
Looks like the
57
57.
of Wagner.
Not quite for sure what was going on there, but the 79 looks like he got some pretty significant damage when he impacted that inside wall. I'm wondering what kind of effect that's going to put on here, 79 Atroz has had a pretty dominating race, so not really for sure how he's going to be able to maneuver back through this field.
Yeah, I don't think the 57 was anticipating him checking up there. It looks like he tried going low, getting out of the way, just didn't have enough line. A lot of stuff going on here all at one time.
We're going to step away to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants, you're kidding.
You can ship your pants right here.
You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow, I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed.
If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now and ship it to you for free.
And welcome back, as we're back to Green Flag Racing. Looks like we do have a new race leader out here. 48 of Max Dinda out here leading tonight's event. 18 Albert Williams in second. 1 of Gary Bergeron in third. 69 of Todd Perrant up there in fourth. And the 4 of Chuck Burley in fifth. After looking at that last incident, looks like the 79 Atroz, who's had an absolutely dominating performance, has quite a bit of work cut out for him.
Yeah, it seems like he checked up for the pace car, and the car behind him was not expecting him to check up and let that pace car go by and drove through him. That gave the 79 Jordan Tross some significant rear end damage and also threw him into the inside wall, giving him some front end damage. So he had to go down, get a fast repair, and now he comes back out here. He started in P10 on that restart. He's already worked his way up to 7th. So I think that we'll see if we stay green here for a while. The 79 will be able to work his way back up there into contention for this win.
He's already made quite a bit of positions up to the 7th place position as he gets by the 72 of Kenneth Passmore.
Yeah, currently our outlook for the field, we have 12 cars on the lead lap, with the 14 being the last car on the lead lap. We have the 84, Jeff Dinda. He's going to be the first car lap down. A whole lot of stuff going on here tonight. You know, we got only 12 cars on the lead lap. That's not all just from incidents, though. We have seen a couple of these cars get lapped by our race leader at the time, which was the 79 Jordan Tross. Some of these guys have been able to get the lucky dog, get back out there on the lead lap, and as we got one get sideways, he hits the apron on the front stretch. We stayed green. It was just one car, so
we have quite a bit of a battle developing here for the lead. 48 of Dinda, with the 18 of Williams behind him trying to take that position, and then you got the 1 of Gary Bergeron trying to get up here into this mess. So these guys are really battling it out pretty hard, as we are now 124 laps of 160 in the books.
This is a little bit of deja vu here. We've seen the 18 and the 44 battle it out earlier, and the 18 came out on top. I I think it's going to be exciting to watch these guys battling it out again. The 44 did end up letting him go by, said that he had burned up too much of his stuff and wanted to save what he had. I don't know if he's going to be that giving with him being in the lead here. The 18, it looks like he ends up getting into the wall there coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, that's going to allow the one of Gary Bergeron to get a nose underneath and start battling him for second. This is exactly what the 48 wants to see. The harder these guys battle, the more he's going to be able to pull away.
Yeah, that's going to give him some breathing room. You know, he's battling the 18 giving him everything he has. Well, now the 18 has the 1 to contend with. He's got to get away from the 1 car and focus back on the 48.
He's trying to get that fender on. As he gets a little bit loose heading there into 1, that's going to allow the 1 to the outside quarter panel. Again, as they are exiting off turn 2, they're going to be side by side.
Yeah, I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep this up. It looks like the 1 is using that higher line to his advantage so he can get that run coming on the outside, and it seems like it's really working for him, as now he's got a nose in front of the 18.
Yeah, looking back, we were talking about it earlier, 79 Jordan Tross has now made his way up into the 4th place position and has caught this lead pack, so it looks like we're about to have a 4-way battle for the lead.
Yeah, this is exactly what 79 Tross wants to see. He sees that the 18 and the 1 who just completed that pass on the 18 are battling for each other, and they've got the leader right there. So the longer this lasts, the faster Tross can get up there. The 1 gets into the wall. He's going to be off pace a little bit, giving the 18 the advantage going into turn 1. Tross just going to bide his time here, wait until they finish battling so he can try and pick these guys off individually.
Tross right to that rear bumper of that pack, but nowhere to go as these guys are still too wide. He's trying to figure out a way around. However, he's going to have to be very careful here. As we got a yellow.
And that's going to play right into Tross's hand. Now he's going to be 4th place. He's going to be the 2nd car on the top line, somewhere where he's going to be comfortable running, and he's going to really be able to work his way up there. Right now we're looking at the 32 John. You guys, let's see what happens.
Correction, 44 of Jeffrey Turbot.
Oh, 40. Yeah, I don't have my stuff, on my computer to see. It's super foggy. Can't see what's going on, but looks like Jeffrey Turbot, he ends up just getting loose coming out of 4 there.
And we're going to step away to a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Who's in?
I want to hear that.
Yeah.
You don't have to literally
Let's do
run.
burrito win.
They're eggs on weed, and we all agree they've got no idea where this is going to lead.
I know what they say, but there are benefits to driving high.
Yeah, like focus benefits.
We're keeping it safe.
Wait. We're been focused, man. Yeah.
Is that a word?
Yeah, because we're doing it right now. We're benefocusing. Hello. Hey, I'm so benefocused that I deserve like a medal or like a crown and a scepter or something with my name on it.
Wait, what?
Marijuana, stimulating, mind-expanding, safer to use than alcohol. It's the in thing, the hula hoop of the jet generation. Marijuana is an intoxicating, mind-muddling drug and as much a part of growing up as smoking corn silk behind the back fence. This has been the public service message of the American Medical Association and your local station.
That he fell.
whoa, I'm not driving. I'm way too stoned. How are you feeling, Beer?
Oh, since we had that talk, I'm not driving tonight at all.
What about you, Dave?
You only had a couple of drinks.
And only a couple of puffs.
I don't drink and drive. No way I'm getting behind the wheel when I smoked weed, too.
How are we getting home, then?
Oh, you can drive, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Take one for the team, buddy.
Don't let weed and alcohol influence your decision to drive.
Yeah, I need a ride.
Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time.
And welcome back, as we are now 135 of 160 laps in the books. I can guarantee you this is not what the 48 wanted to see, as this is going to put the 79 right to his rear bumper. That's going to kind of take the 18 and the 1 and mix up this equation as we are pulling here into the restart zone. Let's go back to green flag racing.
And had a wild battle for coming off pit road. The 79 able to get a really good pit stop. He was battling the 18 and was able to beat him off coming off of pit road there, and was able to secure that
Carhartt into the wall in the back. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Unfortunately, that is going to be the 5 of Brandon Hinton. Go back and see what happens here.
5 of Hinton with some more massive damage.
That's unfortunate. I mean, it just does not seem like tonight's been going his way.
Ooh, massive wiggle there on that outside wall, and Hinton gets a little bump from behind and sent around there into that inside wall.
Yeah, the 5 looks like he checks up.
Is that the 32 of Geist?
Yep, the 32 of Geist right there. He gets loose, gets sent into the inside wall. The 5, he checks up, trying to avoid that, making sure that he doesn't get any damage. 72 is not able to see what's going on and just gets into the back of the 5. You'll see he gets loose right there and just overcorrects it and shoots to the inside.
And welcome back. As the lights on the pace car just went off, we are going to line up back double file wide. This is going to put the 79 of Tross to the outside of the 48 addenda. 18 of Albert Williams running in third, and 69 of Todd Perrott able to secure that 4th place position, with the 1 of Gary Bergeron falling back into 5th. Man, these guys up front are definitely pushing hard. We heard Tross call out over the radio. He said, I've got more of a long run car for this race. So it's going to be interesting to see, as we only have 20 laps to go in this event.
Yeah, I think, he excels at the long runs. And so right here, it's going to be important to see how good he is on this restart. It does look like he doesn't let the 48 get out ahead as much as the 48 has been. He's going to shoot it down into turn 1. He's going to stay right there with the 48. As long as he can keep him within his grasp and don't let him get too far away, he should be able to battle him here with these next
Oh,
19
car
laps.
hard in the outside wall.
Huge hit. The 56 of Mark Holloway. Huge hit outside wall coming into turn 3.
Little bit of a bobble there in entry. Looks like he's running that middle line. A little bit of netcode there initially with the 4, and then the contact, and that sent him hard into the outside wall. He's going to have no engine remaining in that car.
Yeah, looking at it right here, it's netcode with the 4, and that gets the 56 around, which ends up turning him more into the 4. Nothing the 4 could do there, and just gets him shot out to that outside wall. That's unfortunate. I don't know if he still has his fast repair remaining. If he does not, I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from that.
Also on that initial restart, I don't know if we caught it, but the 18 of Albert Williams got extremely loose, had to chase the car all the way down to the apron, was able to successfully recover and maintain that third place position. So good job on that 18 car.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of guys show some of those recovery skills here tonight. Other guys that just not even having a chance to recover. Like we've seen some of them, they get loose, and then as soon as they go to recover, they catch traction and shoot to that outside wall. It's unfortunate for some of those guys, but I mean, you know, just showcasing some of these recovery skills by some of these guys has been pretty exciting.
And we are back once again to double file. You got pretty much the same lineup here. You got the 48 on the inside, 79 on the outside, followed by the 18 and the 69, the 1 and the 4, the 23 and the 72. As we are 15 laps to go as we cross the stripe, this time by 48 is going to lead this field to the green flag.
And we see in the very back of the field the 48, the 84 rather, Jeff Dinda. He's going to be the last car on the lead lap, getting that lucky dog a couple cautions ago, putting him back up there. His son, the 48, running the opposite side of this pack, leading, coming here as the 18. He gets a nose underneath Jordan Tross.
A bit of a bobble there in that little tri-oval. That's going to allow the 79 to maintain that second place position. He's going to shut the door on the 18 and start trying to run down this 48 car, as we do not have that many laps remaining if the 79 wants to make this work.
Yeah, the 18 not going to give them an inch. This is going to be the first time all night that it seems like the 79's had to play defense in any capacity tonight. See if he's going to be able to put a little bit of gap in there and make a swift, easy execution of passing the 48 here without having to worry about the 18 too much.
Now, we saw him work this high line earlier in the race when he secured the lead initially, and he was able to make it work. So let's see if the 48 has anything to counter as the 79 goes up extremely high, trying to diamond it and get a run off. Let's see what kind of defense the 48 has here.
Looks like he had a big run on the back stretch. He does end up losing a little bit when he comes on entry, but as you see, he gets a huge momentum boost there on exit. I just don't know how bad it is running on that top line on those tires for these guys.
As the 79 Tross looking to the inside. 48 is not willing to give it up just yet, but it looks like he might get a fender on him here on exit.
If Tross has that nose out there on the 48 like he does coming into turn 1, that is going to end up giving him the advantage coming out on turn 2, coming to the backstretch. They're going to be door to door here.
The 48 able to fight back through 1 and 2. 79 is going to get a bigger run here in 3 and 4. Let's see if the 48 is able to hold that momentum to the outside, and he is.
9 laps to go. 79 now in the lead. 48 going to have to figure out something, see if he's going to be able to match the speed of the 79 and even contend here. But coming out of turn 4, he already put a gap on him.
I mean, looking at, the 79 has been one of the main guys to get that upper line to work. So, being able to utilize that, it's benefiting him a lot. So now the 48 has to try to get a fender underneath at the bottom because, as we just saw, he's not able to make that top line work.
Yeah, and I'm not even, as the 18, he gets into the wall. That's going to slow him down a little bit, leaving these two by themselves up here. But as I was saying, the 48 getting a nose on the inside of Tross, I don't even know if getting a nose in there and pushing Tross up onto that that higher line is even going to do anything, because as we've seen, he's excelled up there tonight.
He's given it everything he has, as he is not letting this gap grow. Last time by, Tross with a 22.331, Denda with a 22.338.
Here we are, 6 laps to go. 5.5 as we come to the backstretch. Max is going to have to pull something out here.
'79 Tross slowly growing that lead. You can tell by just how loose that 48 car is, as he is chasing it all the way around the track, pushing it absolutely as hard as he can, as we are now 5 laps to go.
Yeah, I think at this point, he needs to focus more on the 18 behind him, make sure he doesn't make any mistakes that's going to let that 18 catch up and take any more real estate away from him. Because the last thing the 48 wants to do is start out in first on this this last green flag and end up getting out of the top 3 podium position here. We see the 5. It looks like the 5 might be going back out there.
79 of Tross extending out to a half of a second lead. Another half second back to the 18 Albert Williams as he's slowly starting to run down that 48 car.
Everybody else seems like they've spread out quite a bit. I mean, we have the 56 Mark Holloway. He's going to be pretty... well, he was there pretty close up to the 72 of Kenneth Passmore. But as I say that, I see that the time difference shot up, so somebody might have gotten loose or gotten into the wall, got off pace there. But right now, 2 laps to go, gonna be a white flag this time by. There it is, the leader is taking the white flag.
79 of Tross with 2 more corners to go to secure this race win. 48 is now under threat of 18 here in turns 3 and 4. Doesn't look like the 18 is going to have enough. And the 79 of Tross, clean exit of turn number 4, your race winner here at Richmond Raceway tonight.
Yeah, did you see that? The 48, he came by the start-finish line sideways. Looked like coming out of turn 4. He was giving it everything he got, giving that car the onions there, trying to make sure that the 18 had no chance to pass him.
Absolutely. Good job by these guys, man. I know this was a tough track for everybody to tackle. This is actually the first time here in DES that we've added Richmond to the schedule. So these guys are out here, paving the way for future races here at Richmond.
Yeah, this was one that I was excited about. I was sad to see how the schedule fell, that I wasn't going to be around this weekend to run it. There are a couple of tracks this weekend. We got Pocono, we've got the Chicago Street Course, and we've got Richmond, all 3 new to DES that I'm missing out on. But I'm excited to be in the broadcast and see what happens here.
We have third place Albert Williams. Albert, man, that was a dominant a dominant race for you, man. You had a lot of speed out there early. You know, you were always in contention up there in the for the podium. So, you know, what was your strategy out here tonight?
Yeah, this was my first time, with this car track combo, and definitely definitely a big learning experience throughout all of practice and even the race. It's just so tough on the car, especially short run. I I didn't know what I was missing on the short run compared to other people, and then the kind of middle, it seemed like I was really good at, and then on the long run, uh, I was good just behind Jordan. So uh I mean, I was just trying to make laps, the best I can with how loose the car felt and how it drove, and yeah, just trying to make laps and wrestle with the track more than other drivers.
Yeah, it seems like the whole field kind of off to a rocky start here in the beginning, and then it seems like everybody kind of got those pre-race jitters out of the way, and we're able to have some green flag laps going. But you battled with Max there early on, and you ended up getting by him. Did you think that the battle here at the end was gonna go down that way, or was it a lot tougher as the race went on to try and stay there and make that pass?
Yeah, I felt I was better than Max. Just if we had another 5, 10 laps or so, I think I would have had a little bit better of a shot getting around him. He breaks. My opportunity to pass him is usually if I can wrap that middle lane in 1 and 2. He breaks a little bit earlier than I do, and if I could just find that gap and wrap it around and make it stick, that's my opportunity. But yeah, if I had another 5 or 10 laps, I probably would have gotten around him. But he had a really good short run car, and he made the best of it, getting by me, I think, 2 times on restart. So yeah.
And so I know you're kind of fairly new to DES. This is your first season here with us, but I just want to say you are absolutely making some waves out there in a positive way, man. This is not the first time we've seen you in the podium, and I guarantee you this won't be the last. How are you feeling heading next week into Darlington?
Yeah, hopefully, I can make that race. I got, busy schedules, but, uh, if I do race it, I feel pretty confident. It's a very uh probably a little bit more extreme than this track as far as a driver's racetrack, where you're going against the track more than other drivers and just trying to maintain your car and throughout the run. So I look forward to it.
Well, Albert, once again, congratulations on that third place finish, man. It's good to talk with you up here again and see you out there racing.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Third place finisher, Albert Williams. Let's see if we can get our second place in here. The 48 of Max Dinda. Max, man, what a performance. Traveling through adversity. You were involved in an early accident, able to make your way back up there to lead 36 laps. Walk us through that final restart for you.
Yeah, I knew Jordan was gonna probably be faster than me, so I just I only kept the lead because we are getting caution after caution. So I was hoping that on the short run I was gonna be faster than him and hopefully keep a little gap to him. But he was just hanging right with me for the most part, and I mean he just knew how to get that run out of the corner better than me. So I tried blocking him a little bit, but didn't want to get myself turned. So yeah, it was a fun race. Bummer I didn't win, but shout out to Jordan.
You battled pretty hard there at the latter laps of that race. We seen earlier that you were fighting pretty hard. You got into a wreck, got a little bit of damage. You're able to work your way back up there. Coming to the end of this race, were you more concerned about catching up with Trough and trying to battle for the lead, or were you more worried about the cars behind you?
Yeah, I mean, when I wrecked, maybe a little more than a little bit, I was totaled there. um, That 18 car, he was really putting pressure on me when I was trying to catch Jordan that one run. So I just let him let him have it there. Uh, and then another time I got past him. I was much better than everybody in the restarts by far, I feel like. So um, I passed him, and the 18, he was putting a lot of pressure on me. But when Jordan got past him, it felt like the 18 just didn't have as much pace as it did earlier. So it was really just me and Jordan.
Man, I was talking about it to Albert. Next weekend, we're going into Darlington, which is going to be an interesting track. It's the first time we'll be running it here in DES, a very technical track. What are your game plans looking forward to next week?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like Darlington, but that would be right in Jordan's wheelhouse, saving tires. So, um, just really hard, really easy to get in the wall there. So just keeping your car clean and trying to maintain with your tires and keep up with them.
Absolutely. Well, once again, congratulations on that second place finish, Max.
Yep, thank you.
We'll go ahead and get our race winner up here, 79 of Jordan Tross. Jordan, man, talk about, resiliency throughout this race. You were leading a very large number of laps, involved in an incident under caution, which caused you to have to go down pit road and get some damage repaired. And you ended up driving your way back to the front of the field, leading 108 laps. Walk us through that.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that one, but what did help was I was able to put on some fresh tires under that caution because we had enough sets there, and it helped me drive back through the field. And then that final caution where everybody came down pit road, I came off third with the same tires as everyone else. So really by that point, coming off third, you got a chance to win no matter what, and it was just about keeping it clean and consistent. And I knew I was good on the long runs, but unfortunately didn't have one there at the end, so I had to give it everything I had to try to get around Max at the end.
Yeah, it seemed like you had kind of a track strategy there to where you didn't have to worry really about trying to get on the inside and poke your nose underneath the 48. You were excelling there at the top. When you were running that, was that just something that you knew coming into that battle with Max that you were going to be able to do it and take to your advantage, or is that just something that's just how it played out and worked out for you?
Yeah, I knew Max was going to defend the bottom pretty hard there, and the top does come in here on the long runs. It's not as good on the short run, but you can get really good runs off the corner if you can prevent your tires from sliding out on exit and getting loose. So I tried to use it a few times to get runs on exit, and eventually I was able to get underneath them, and that's when I was able to clear them for position. Took a few laps, but it was some great clean racing, and I'm just happy us up at the front had a nice clean race.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking with Albert and Max there earlier. I mean, pretty much in the top five, you guys were all neck and neck. You had a few times where you had driven away from the rest of the field, and then a caution would kind of stack everybody up and throw a wrench in things. What was your strategy to keeping that car out front? Were tires a big deal, or?
Yeah, tires are definitely a big deal here, and we were all pretty even on the short run, but I feel like I was just really good at keeping the car stable on exit a corner and not burning up the rears. So as the runs went on, 20 plus laps, I seemed to be about a tenth or two faster than everyone else, and it just seemed to play out well on the long runs, but they don't always end like that, so you got to be prepared to race hard on the short runs. And Max will always give a good fight on a short run, and I hope that was a fun battle to watch.
It absolutely was.
It was definitely entertaining from up here in the booth watching you come out after that incident, being in 10th and then working your way all the way up to the front. Now going into next week, we got Darlington, and that definitely seems like a track that's well in your wheelhouse. How are you feeling coming into that in this car?
I really don't have many laps at Darlington. I have 0 laps at Darlington with this car, so it will be interesting. It might take me a little while to get it down, but I do feel like that is a track where tires are massive. So if we get some long runs, I do think that I will be a good contender there.
Well, once again, congratulations on that race win, man. That was a dominant performance out front. Good to see you back up here in the booth having an interview with us.
Yeah, thanks for putting on the race. It was a lot of fun, and hopefully we can keep it clean and get some good runs going in the future.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Jordan Tross, your race winner here at Richmond Speedway. We are going to the Lady in Black next week in the Gen 4 series at Darlington. If you're interested, tune in with us. Tomorrow night, we're running the Chicago Street Course in the Legacy Truck Series, and then headed over to Michigan International Speedway in the Premier, and then next gens to follow on Sunday. Christian, man, it was awesome to have you up here in the booth with you. I've been dying to broadcast with you for a while. And Damon, once again, congratulations, or awesome job on the controls for the broadcast producing tonight's race.
Yeah, thanks for having me up here, guys.
Until next time, see ya.